OnyxShow.
Hello, lovely people. You are welcome to the OnyxShow. I hope you enjoy the first and second episodes. And today is another exciting episode, and we are going to talk about the issues in Belovedism. And so we'll be right back. Stay with us.
The OnyxShow.
Yo, buddy.
Hey, Chris. My guy.
Charlie, how are you? I did cool. The grace of the Lord has been abundant upon me.
Thank God.
How about you, man?
Charlie, I did cool, bro. I've been know that I'm working from home. COVID or no COVID, I'm not productive.
Hey, you're doing well.
Charlie, how you go do am? The way you're carrying your busy, is that just coming around?
Oh, Charlie, not yet, too. I'm just coming for the clothes I've been leaving around anytime I come to play games. I'm taking them to the laundry.
Is that just coming to watch them for you? I see some people.
No, not Ajwa. I said I'm taking them to the laundry.
How much did they collect when you take it there?
You know, say, this one, they charge per quantity. And so looking at this, about 90 Ghana cedis.
90 Ghana cedis.
Oh, yes.
How? I figure you didn't enjoy dates for like 3 years this. Which no go fee come what give you? My guy, how? Charlie, how?
Point of correction. We dated for 4 years, 5 months, and 2 days. Masa, what? That has nothing to do with washing of my clothes.
Or John Jollof. 4 years. See, you did a date for 4 good years. And she no go fee what give you. See, master, me, I dey feel say the girl, she know they like you.
Charlie,
she don't love you.
And they beg me to
You for shine your eye. By now, sir, someone to control.
Hey, who talk you?
Okay, you see my woman if here.
If yeah.
Yes.
I see I'm
Good.
bro. That your Coca-Cola shaped. Charlie, in natural hair, flawless skin girl. I see him.
Good.
Charlie, I'll be sharp.
Good. You be sharp guy.
I be sharp guy.
Okay, I be sharp guy.
be sharp guy.
See, she don't joke like me. Not at all.
Really?
I mean, when my clothes are dirty, I call her, she comes around, she washes them for me.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Hey, you mean she's willing to do it or you ask her to do it?
Well, I call her, baby, my stuff are dirty.
Oh.
She comes around, she will do it for me. I'm surprised, big guy like you still carry yourself to the laundry while you have a girlfriend.
Charlie, bro, see, Ajwa and I are independent individuals who are getting to know each other. And as you know, I was doing my own laundry. So I don't see why that should be her responsibility now.
Master, this no be independent matter. See, she for reason say you being guy. Waste on time, she for come around and what give you. She no go feel spend your money and not be productive. Not at all, not
Hey,
here.
Masa. See, I help her when I can. And she also helps when she can. I don't see why this should be her responsibility. Besides, I'm not married yet, so I'm not compelled to do anything beyond me. And the same applies with her.
See, it be vibes. But make you know say, you be the man. And you are the head. You need to start taking action from now.
See, once the relationship is set for marriage, why not wait until the time? You don't have to do anything that would cause you to disrespect her or prevent you from valuing her. You may even think she's cheap. Masa, but you know before I would though. Nipa so de nipa. Bibi kakra na dey cast him. What man say?
Chris, you don't make sense though. But see, in my philosophy we say, another person will come. So that one there.
See, that be loose talk. Why something they touch you? You let me ask you a question. Are you ready?
Ask.
See, are you willing to wash her clothes if she asks you to?
We can't answer that. I go be asking this question. Why I go wash some bro no marry in clothes?
You say you answer your body, but you want her to be okay doing yours. Charlie, in marriage, you have to be ready to do anything for your partner as you'd want them to do for you. I mean, you don't want marry him.
I won't marry him.
So she don't be your house help. Good enough for my answer.
The guy talk. Chris,
Yeah.
what you said really makes a lot of sense.
You see, that not be a priority.
That's true.
Yeah, master, show me where my clothes, my shaders, they make I go.
It did my room inside. Go check. Go check. The other side, yeah.
The Onyx Show.
Hello, you are welcome back. And as I said earlier, we will talk about the issues in Belovedism. And I have with me Adele and Withiana, who will still be your host for the show. And so, what are the issues that we hear people talk about in Belovedism?
Okay, so I think the issues are a lot. Where do we even start from? Because there are so many issues, not to say bad issues, but both good and bad out of getting a beloved or being in a relationship. So let me start from the bad side. So in our context, because some people don't get into this whole beloved thing the right way, probably just because of peer pressure, they just run into somebody and they think they click, they have that chemistry, and so they get into being beloved. It can lead to abuse. Okay. Some people are abused on a daily basis in their relationship and they don't want to talk about it. Sometimes it's because they've given something that they feel that when they get out of the relationship, they can never get it back. So they rather stay in it and endure it. And funny enough, the ladies who always play this on themselves, I always say that why would someone beat you and then you say that it's your fault? It's your fault that the person got angry. Everybody is in charge of their own emotions. So if someone is beating you, the person said in his mind, I'm going to beat this girl, and he's beating you. You don't sit there and say, oh, because I got him angry, oh, because I didn't give him the money he asked for, oh, because of, it's not because of anything. That guy is just excited. He wants to just brutalize
and even
you.
if it's your
That's
fault, I don't think
you.
it should result in violence.
Exactly.
There are lots of ways to settle issues, not resorting to violence.
Yeah.
I think that aspect of human beings should really change. If you are an abuser, you better stop, because it's a bad habit.
And I don't see why you can't come out of this
An
thing.
abusive.
From all the episodes what we've been discussing, you shouldn't give too much in a relationship which is not married, because it's not full commitment. It's just you saying that, okay, let's just be the two of us and study each other and finally we get married.
Pray that
Exactly.
it works well.
Exactly. So you don't just come and say, okay, I've given too much so I can't come out. At the end of the day, you can even die.
Ruth, before you come in, you see this abuse scenario Adele is talking about is very serious to the extent that some people don't realize they are abusers themselves. And abuse is not only physical, it could be emotional, it could be verbal. Hey, a man who insults me, please, I'm not staying, because the next is a slap. Anyone who insults you, the next thing is going to be a slap. So abuse comes in a lot of different ways. So you should be mindful of the partner you are with. If the person is a verbal abuser, please advise yourself. Emotional, the person doesn't consider
thing. Sometimes it brings your self-esteem down. You always feel you are worthless, you are not good enough, you are not beautiful. The last time I was telling a group of people that even though my daddy did not verbally tell me that you're beautiful, I got that from him, from the way he was treating me. So you can't come into my life and make me feel anything less. And there was a time I met someone who said, oh, you have lovely eyes. And I said, I know. It's not that I was so aware of myself, but I was just confident of the fact that even if nobody has told me, I saw myself in the mirror and I felt, girl, you're pretty.
So admire yourself before.
I don't need you to come and tell me before I'm self-aware. You have to get that self-awareness so that no one puts you down. No one makes you feel that you are worthless, you are nothing. How can a human being look at another human being and say you are nothing? You are nothing. And it gets into your brain and you cannot do anything. When someone tells you that and you are not someone who has a high self-esteem, it breaks you down and you feel you are really, really nothing. Now, just to pick up on another issue, I've heard of stories, I don't know if you have, about people giving their school fees to their boyfriends or girlfriends, and then they stay at home and don't go to school. Do you mind to share?
I think I heard of this story where a friend of mine, she's a friend, so according to her, they were dating, beloved. So the guy, she was thinking, a man needs to get to a certain stage in order for them to be together. So as a woman, she could sacrifice her own for the guy. So she was working to sponsor the guy.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
Yes, to sponsor the guy
To go to school.
Further his education.
Yes. So he had a pharmacy course and all that, and now before he completed, the lady realized this guy was cheating
On
all
her.
this while. Yeah. And it didn't end there. I was thinking he could come apologize so that they could move on. Not knowing he has decided to move with that girl instead of my friend. He
While she was using her
he felt-
sweat to take care of
all
you.
along, he knew that
He was not going
couldn't-
to end with
This
her.
thing people,
Settle
this
down
thing,
with her.
sorry to cut you in, this thing people do is really bad. You see, we involve in our last episode, we were talking about people, we change a lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can start up with someone and at the end you feel you can't move along. We should be bold enough to tell the person. It will be hard for the person to accept, it will be hard for you to tell. But I feel
But in
it's
this
the
case,
safest.
the person doesn't want to say it because of the benefits that
He's
he's
gaining-
getting.
Yeah.
That is too bad.
And why, if you know you don't want the person, why should you take something?
true.
you
You shouldn't
and
even
you know the person
entertain-
is trying her best to give
To help you.
that support.
It's rather
So why
unfortunate.
not being realistic?
But the thing is that why that perception that ladies have about the fact that a man has to get somewhere and then so that when we get married you'll be able to take care of the family. What stops you from taking care of your family yourself? Because at the end of the day, there are lots of women who are breadwinners of
It's
their
true.
family.
Single
The
mothers.
thing is, the best thing for you is not to lord it over the man, because every man has an ego and that ego have to be caressed, not bruised. So at the end of the day, if you are the breadwinner, maybe I go to school, he's hustling to get money. I'm done with school, I get a job, I get good money. We get involved as married couples. What stops me from also providing something for the home? Because sometimes, we ladies are more of the caregivers than the men. So if at the end of the day, it's funny, it's a lady, become a lady talk right now, but at the end of the day, you'll be able to give something, bring something to the table. Once the guy also brings something. Because the stories of women using their strength and using their resources to just sponsor guys to go to school, at the end of the day they just bounce them. It's too much.
And
So
also-
I think my advice would be don't do it. Just don't do it.
Also, there is another scenario, and this time it's a male investing into a
lady.
lady. Yes. Taking care of her from secondary school
Whoa.
through to tertiary. And later on, she comes and she's like, I don't want to do this again. Why? In the name of, you never had sex with me, so I felt you didn't love me.
Whoa.
And a whole lot. So
The
I
lady
don't-
telling the guy.
I told you, and I was
That's
surprised.
interesting.
I'm
That's
like-
my first time. A lady telling the guy that.
Yes.
Most of the times it's we
Yes.
telling the guys
Yes.
some
She
people
felt
feel that.
although the guy was doing everything, like financially supporting her,
She
in
wanted
terms
the
of-
physical involvement.
yes, that she wanted them to have sex so that she could know that this guy
is really in.
interested.
That's how some ladies think.
You
They
should
think
be
that if you
thankful
don't
your
have
guy
sex,
is chased
So she
whilst
felt
dating.
that was when she started the service. And then the guy was also working, so he was ready to settle down with her. Only for her to
come
tell
and
him
say
that,
this.
I
This
don't
one,
want, I don't want
he
to
would
continue
throw
this.
you daddy.
So for all you know, she has gotten
Oh,
it
Bebo,
somewhere
yeah.
and she has enjoyed it. So now she's thinking of, what if I come to you and I don't enjoy it?
No,
So
but-
let me not come to you. Let me make and after all, you paid my school fees, and so what?
Our orientation from our homes, our schools, our churches is supposed to be helping us in this thing. Because if a lady thinks that for me to know you love me, you have to sleep with me. If you don't sleep with me, you don't find me attractive, you don't love me enough. It's like you're just saying it, but you don't mean it. Then it means that our orientation from home, school, church must be doing a lot of these things. In fact, if we don't do these things, that's how come our young girls get pregnant, our young girls miss their dreams, all because they have misoriented mind. Like everything is just mixed up for them, and they take all their advice from social media, they take all their advice from people that are saying all sort of things. So if you're an organization or a church or whatever watching us, please, can we put some things in place to orient the young ladies? Don't think that the person is going to invest it, so the person knows what to do.
And now, please,
They
let me
don't know
come in.
anything. Go on.
There is this scenario. The lady was like, if he asks and I don't give to her, I feel that I'm hurting him. or I feel I'm being hard on him. So anytime, and I'm like, so if any man comes your way,
That
and
means
asks
you'll be
for
giving
sex,
to
so
any,
you'll be giving
just
To
any.
everybody.
all because you feel say me bomb with him one day.
No.
Is this a Timothy at all? Like, that's
No.
really
If
hard.
you say no, it doesn't mean that you are bad. In fact, the person asking you for sex and the person hasn't married you yet, it's a very wicked person. Because in our Christian context, there's so much spiritual connotation to this. You giving sex to everybody, you carrying something from each and every one. You there just picture this thing. There's a man who is carrying like 7 spirits with him. You go and sleep with him and you carry one. You sleep with Mr. Whatever, you carry another one. Only you see the number of spirits that will be follow you plus your own and the one your family has assigned to you.
Hey, Jesus.
See, it's not easy.
Okay, viewers, it's getting heated and exciting here. I hope you are sending in your comments and your questions. We are going on a short break and we'll be right back.
The Onyx Show.
Rema, what on earth are you looking for?
My devotional.
Which devotional?
Streams of living water. I left it on the bed this morning. I can't find it.
Why stress yourself when you can get one on the Pentecost Youth app?
Really?
Really, download or update the Pentecost Youth app and enjoy the Streams of Living Waters devotion guide. Get closer to God in every way.
Download or update the Pentecost Youth app today to enjoy amazing features. The Onyx Show.
Hello, you are welcome back to the Onyx Show. And as we are talking about the issues, we've spoken about the negative issues. I think there are positives to Belovedism. So I think we should discuss more about it. So
The positives, we didn't even exhaust the negatives. I think you should pick that one.
Communication. For me, I feel that communication is the key in relationship. And mostly the guys are like, the ladies.
It's because we like talking.
Yeah, so anytime communication is an issue in a relationship. Yeah, because the guys, they feel say, you are or fair and apart. They ask how you doing in the afternoon and like that's
and if
all.
he can help financially, he does. That is it.
But we feel that there's more to that. It's not just about asking how I'm doing, it's about telling you how my day went.
Yeah.
And you telling me how your day went. Like it involves a lot.
But you can ask a guy, how did your day go? Say it is fine.
He'll just tell you it's fine and you wouldn't be satisfied because
you want more details.
To talk more.
Fine. What are you trying to tell me? It's
because
fine.
you want more details.
Yeah. So it's always an issue. Myself, I've had this experience where, and I would so you say I don't have time and communication is okay. Am I not doing my best here?
See, that's what I was saying in the earlier episode, that this thing is work. It's a whole lot of work. And it's not just work you're doing for yourself, you're doing for the other person too. So if the other person is not fine, it's from one point to the other. That's why people have so many exes. Oh, I wasn't cool with this person because of this, then she will leave, then go to the next person. It's not even advisable to have a lot of exes. So take your time. When you're talking about dating, you're just looking at a lot of people. At the end of the day, you settle on one which becomes your beloved, and then you start courting or engaging the person more critically, so that at the end of the day you marry. So you are not ready to do the work. I don't think you should go into it. Yes. There's this other thing that I want to talk about. See, some people are loners. I call them loners because they I want to be alone. I want my privacy. I want to be. So I always tell those people, please, if you're not ready to share your space,
then
don't go and have
yes
a beloved.
No.
Don't even go and propose to anybody. Because you are going to stress the person. All the time, I want to be alone. All the time, this. All the time, you are a loner. So just stay in your corner. At the point where you feel that you can share your space with everybody else, then yes, you can come and propose to somebody. So So I guess we can.
But there are people who are so rigid. Why change a bit? At least be flexible.
Change is not easy like that.
It's not easy, but you should learn to be
Adjust.
flexible. You have a lot of friends. You have people with different kinds of
Characters.
attitude. I feel each and everybody should pick the positives from our friends, because then why should we move with
Of
people
course.
to learn how to associate with people? So at least you should learn the good aspect of someone, add it to yours, blend it, and be a bit flexible, because it's work. You can't be a loner and say I'm in a relationship. You make the other person suffer. It becomes
some of them
way.
it's not their fault. It's something they've developed over time.
true. So it will take time.
Maybe mommy was not around, daddy was not around. He was always in his room, or she was always in her room. So she's developed
It's a
that
person's
over
nature.
time. So she's become used to herself. You know, some people marry themselves now.
It's true.
That's what is changing. When some people want beloved, some people want to marry themselves. So it's not really like their fault that they are loners. And if someone like that comes proposing to someone, you have to take your time. If you are really interested in building them up, take your time. If you know you can't, don't accept it and
because
later break
it
their
can
heart.
really be
Because when you
stressful.
break their heart, they get into more
Depressed.
Yeah, getting into the corner
Such people
more.
get
so,
depressed very early. So please, let's talk about the positives. The negatives are enough. If we say we are talking about the negatives,
we will not end. So let us hear your own in our comment section.
Okay, so the positives. What are the positives?
Positives are a lot. I think on campus, one of the positives are that some people get steady partners
True.
through that. So maybe they are studying the same program or not. But then because he's my beloved and he's going to study and maybe we want to spend time, we go together, we go to the library together to go and learn and all of that. But let me just put a disclaimer. This beloved thing is not, like we said, it's not an easy thing. So if you know you are going to be in the beloved zone for so long, don't try it. Because it gets stressful at a point and it gets very like you really want to get out of it and it's not going to help. So just back to the positive. So some people get steady partners some people from steady partners become beloved. Some people also get beloveds and then they become their steady partners. You want to share?
Okay, I would say that there is this quote which I love. It says, "Love is when the other person's needs is more important than yours." Yes. So when you understand each other and you love each other and you take each other's needs more important than that of your own, it makes the relationship so nice and fruitful. So let's say you being prayer partners, you can pray together, and aside that, sharing the word, like getting to study the word, so you can grow in the spirit together. So it wouldn't be like the other person. And there was this
But you're not supposed to be doing that in corner places.
No,
because we've heard of prayer partners who have ended up
Fire and wood are
themselves.
not.
So there was this man. What I was even about to say, if you read it. So what I think is that by so doing, you help build
Each other.
Yeah, each other. So I remember what I was about to say. He asked his beloved that if I should die, can you raise me up? And the beloved was like, don't say that, you're never going to die. I said, no, if I should die, can you raise me up? And she never understood him. He was like, I will try and see what I can do. So he was talking in terms of, let's say, everything. If financially your partner should die, can you help the person
up? Yeah.
Arise? If spiritually the person
He
should die, can
Right.
you raise the
Right.
Can you help
Deep.
the person
That's
rise?
deep.
Like in all aspects, even in character-wise, if the person should die, can you help the person? So when you help each other, it makes it so nice. If you understand that it's not going to be perfect. There is no perfect relationship or no perfect marriage. You should bear in mind there is no perfect relationship or perfect marriage. So we are going to work hand in hand. When he's at fault, I'll try to make things work together and not rather separate and like going far apart from each other, because going far apart will never solve the issue. So when you understand this principle, it makes relationship
That
so
even
nice and
reminds me, sometimes when we are in relationship, we tend to want to do everything for the other person, and then even through that we kind of lose ourselves in the other person. So even as you're trying to focus, like you said, focus on the other person, which I'll come back to shortly. you also have to make sure that you're just having a relationship. A relationship can end today, it can end the next minute. Something can happen, you will no longer be interested. So at that point, you're just trying to build something. Why then do you put in everything? Say cooking for the person. You're not married to the person. You are cooking for the person and making sure that the person eats their food, and you're washing and you're doing also all of those things are not really necessary. Sometimes people think that when I do that, that's when the person is going to love me more, or all of this. Now coming to the part where you're talking about love, being mindful of the other person. It's like, right now, what do you think about is if I say I'm in love with you, means that you love me. It's like you forget that you say I love you. Yes. So a friend has this podcast that he takes around, that he teaches bits and pieces about love. I'm sure maybe the next episode I can get the name and give it out there, and then you can all listen. Says if you say I love you, it means that I'm ready to care for you. I'm ready to do anything for you. I'm ready to do things for you, not you to do it for me. Because I'm saying I love you, I'm showing the love to you. By now, everybody, like most people, think that if I say I love you, it means that you love me, you should care for me, you should take care of me, you should be concerned about me, you should call me.
It becomes a bonus if the other party also thinks that he or she saying I means what you are all
exactly,
you are saying.
exactly.
But we should just put it at the back of our mind that once you are saying I, is you who is going
in. Doing the thing.
It's a bonus if the other reciprocates that one. You are
it's the best, yes. And just to talk of some of the good parts of the issues in Belovedism, sometimes it keeps you focused. You know, sometimes the ladies, a lot of guys come around, and even the guys, a lot of ladies come around. And at the point where maybe you are studying or you have a business you're trying to build or something, those things can be distractions. And then you may be thinking that, oh, I need to settle down in like 3 years. Can I pick any of this, or can I go out with this lady? It becomes sort of so much work even in your mind. But if you have someone you're already dating or you're already looking out to marry, it keeps you focused. You can now focus on your work. Anybody that comes is just aside something, and then you focus on your books, and then you're able to finish. I don't know if you guys heard from school, there's something called help me finish my course. But then the 400s will pick the level 100s, and then it's like help me finish my course. When I'm done with you.
But I think also all we are talking about, we shouldn't forget that we should try and pick someone we align with in
your vision, your values,
your
principles,
spirituality. You should make sure your thoughts align. Even if they are not the same, they align. Because if you pick someone who is the totally opposite, how will I say, your beliefs are different, it's very difficult.
Right.
I don't want to mention churches, but I believe the Jehovah, please forgive me, but I believe the Jehovah Witness force people to marry from their churches. I stand to be corrected, please. Because they feel that when you marry from another doctrine, it becomes difficult. But when you marry with the same person, your doctrines align and you are able to build your home. So you should choose the person you are going out with. You know you are not a club, I'm going here person. You should be mindful of who you are working with.
But you see, the funny thing is, some people choose. It's funny how this love thing works. You end up getting attracted to somebody who is very opposite you, and you get excited about it because it's another side of you that you don't have. So if I'm quiet, I want someone who is quite exciting. And you hear those, excuse me to say, boring people saying that I like this funny people, I like these girls who are jovial, I like this guy, but you yourself, you are boring.
If both of you could make it work, perfect. But if you know, I'm not saying you should go with someone who is also quiet
exactly
as you,
like you,
someone who is also loud as you. Even there's an adage that goes, two blind people cannot walk together. So it's not possible. But I'm talking in terms of your thoughts, your beliefs, your doctrines, because you're a Christian. We are talking in a Christian context. So I'm a Christian. Someone who doesn't believe in God, I shouldn't move with a person.
Exactly.
Because we are not yet married, but we are in relationship times that we have to pray concerning certain things. And I call my partner, let's pray, and he or she doesn't believe in God. How does it work?
And I remember there was this story being told by one Mrs. Mildred Okonko. She's a pastor's wife.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
preaches.
she's really lovely. I love
Yeah,
her.
and I remember she saying something like, at the point where she thought God was telling her to change the person that she was dating because she was not going to end up with that person. What dropped in the spirit was that she should call the person and ask, if I was a pastor, will you marry me? And then she called the person and asked, if I was a pastor, will you marry me? And the person didn't even ask for explanation. He just said no.
Right away.
Just no. And she was like, no, wait, you didn't hear what I said. Like, you didn't understand. I mean, I will be working for God, oh God Almighty, the one who is giving you food, giving you air and everything. If I'm working for him, will you marry me? He said no. I didn't mince, like, you didn't mince words when you're speaking the first time. So I heard you clearly.
No is no.
I don't want to marry. So that's when she realized that no, I think our vision will not align, and then she had to back off from that relationship. As for the issues in Belovedism, there are so many. In fact, some of them.
One thing I also want to talk about is it keeps you on track.
Yeah.
It keeps you on track. You are alone, you do your things anyhow, but someone comes in and now it's not just you. It's
you kind of checking what you do.
You get me? So you become very conscious. Maybe at first you used to sleep throughout, let's say for a long time. Now the person will need your time, so you have to make sure you wake up here. And let's say you stay in your room, you mess up your room.
Yeah.
Everything goes. But now hey.
Once in a while, the person come and visit.
Yes, so you have to put the plates in order. And aside that, especially for the guys, when someone comes into their life, it makes them aim high. Now it's not just about them; it's about like
all
a family or something like that.
They're thinking of the future.
Yes. So now he has to think of how best to put things in order, saving money for the future and all that.
Okay.
And it's shaping their life. Now spending becomes well controlled. You don't spend anyhow because you know that.
There no relationships.
Okay, viewers. This was an exciting episode, and we hope you were listening and you were sending in your comments. We would respond to them in our next episodes, so do well to send them in. And also, we are available for any sponsorship. You can kindly contact the numbers scrolling on your screens. Thank you for being with us.
Bye.